Hello, this is Dear Krieger, and haven't done a video in a long time, but I decided to do one on the brand new Ubuntu 22.04. I haven't had this in a while. I haven't used Ubuntu in a while. I've been using Mac OS and Windows 11, Windows 10, and other distros, MX Linux. So I decided to move on here and try this. I haven't had Ubuntu for a long time, probably since oh God, 18.04. This seems to not be too bad. There's a few things that I'm not happy with, some that I am. It's good enough. I think somebody coming from Windows or Mac would be easily entertained by this. I have mine set up like this, and as I've noticed, you can click anywhere up here and get into all this wonderful stuff like settings. I can go through the settings real quick. Of course, your background is your wonderful little pictures. I wish they had more screens, but you know, I guess you can just add them. Appearance, it comes stock orange and white, and that's horrible. So I just went with dark and either the magenta or the purple. So then, other than that, I switched this, made it a dock instead of a panel, which the panel comes stock like that. And this is just, you know, what I'm used to, but I figured why not? Let's just give it that dock mode and sticker on the bottom, because I've been running Mac OS Monterey for a long time. So, well, actually, not for super long. I was running older versions, High Sierra and the others, and then I set it to about 26. I should go a little smaller, probably 24. And over here you can set all your notifications. Of course, you got your search, multitasking. Here's where you can set up a hot corner to where it does that, which is fine. You can turn it off, and it doesn't. I like having a little hotkey because it just shows everything. Of course, you can see I'm running OBS. Got your applications, all these. I'll go over a couple of these. A couple of these I'm okay. Some are I could care less about. Privacy settings, online accounts. You know, you can set up your Microsoft account and all these other things. Sharing, sound, power, displays. Right now this is on another computer. I'm on an old computer here. In fact, I can show you. Well, we'll get through it. Here's mouse and keyboard. I had to slow my mouse down because when I first installed this, it ran like the speed of light. So I had to slow it down. Keyboard, just leave it. Printer, whatever you got. Removable media. Yeah, color. I never messed with any of this stuff. Regional. I mean, you do this when you install it. Accessibility, users, default applications. You know, date and time. Okay, here's where I have an old computer. This is my old one. It was the old 5820K, and I have an old 1070 Ti. And I just found some RAM the other day, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to put that old thing back together. So it's DDR4 RAM, 8 gigs. I just threw it in there. I think this computer's actually got a 1050 watt 80 plus gold PSU in it. So anyway, it's fine. I'll probably add a little more RAM to it. I'll probably push it to 16. That's as far as I'll go, though. I mean, it's an old computer, so I mean, shit, the 5820K was made 2013, and so, you know, I have an NZXT all white build, so water cooled, and it's got a 10900K and 20. Well, I'm using a 2070 Super right now. I'm about ready to get a 3090. Anyway, so that's just the settings. And then, of course, Well, it's my wonderful hotkey. Activities just puts you over to different screens there, which is just fine. I have noticed if you're online and you try to go down well, now it's going to work. Well, here you go. That bottom bar, if you auto hide it, sometimes it doesn't want to pop up. So, you know, I just hit the Windows key and it comes up and I can go to anything I want. Well, now it's going to lock on me. Alright. Alright. I had a little bit of stutter there. That happens once in a while. Go over here to your apps. Okay, there's my phone. You got all your apps, all that good stuff. You know, the only ones I really care about, your utilities. You should go download Tweaks, your GNOME Tweaks. That's really worth it. In fact, I can show you that now. Because you can get into your... you can change a lot of... It adds a lot of stuff in here. You can change fonts, different stuff. And it's just worth having. Of course, you got your Office, LibreOffice. I used the crap out of that in college. I've added a few things, like I did the NVIDIA X server settings. Of course, I put OBS on here. I can't remember if I put OpenShot. I think that came with it. I don't know. When I first got it, I had to get this from the App Store because for some reason Firefox and Chromium wouldn't work. So like I'm clicking Firefox now. See if it'll come on. I don't know if it will. But it wouldn't when I first installed. And I had restarted and restarted. And I did everything and it wouldn't fire up. And I don't think it'll fire up right now. Huh. Well, Chromium. Chromium will. But I can't. Firefox is just a crapshoot. It'll start half the time. Yeah, now it will. One good application that I do like, kind of, and kind of not, is Bottles. Bottles works about 65%. You can add things. Like I've added BattleNet on here, and I've added my Filmora. So, like my Filmora, if I start that, my Filmora, what it does, it keeps popping up a thing saying, oh, there's a problem, there's a problem. There's really not a problem. You just get rid of that. Anyway, it just has all this. That works. And then I have my BattleNet on there. I guess I can stop that. I believe that's running. So I have not installed any of the games from my BattleNet. So I'm not for sure if the games are going to... I would think they would. Because I used to play Diablo 3 and 2 on Ubuntu. So I'm pretty sure it probably will. Steam comes on, but I don't have a lot of Linux games that want to install on here. Dying Light, I guess it says just stream. I tried putting Cossacks on here, and it absolutely will not start. It just gives me this. I went through, I've researched it, won't work. So I really don't care. I play all my games on my Windows 11 PC, so it's not really something that's gonna be great. Now, if you're a person coming from Mac OS, this is just like your Finder. It's almost identical. It's almost a copy. you know, it's just desktop documents, downloads. I tried to put the Razer Synapse through bottles, wouldn't do it. Tried to do ExpressVPN through bottles, wouldn't do it. It was just a pain. It was painful. And that's the way Linux is. It's just a painful thing. It can work or it won't work, and it's just a crapshoot. You got music, pictures. Now I add my own wallpapers because, you know, honestly, I can find better wallpapers than what Ubuntu gives me. Trash. It's just comes up with my 1 terabyte external hard drive. Your time and date. Other than that, it's pretty decent. I mean, if you were in college or you just wanted a computer to go on the internet and maybe write stuff, check your email, you know, you can, you know, your terminal, you can install stuff. You know, I install most of my stuff through here when I have to, but the Ubuntu Software Center, it's about as good as it's always been. If you've got Ubuntu, it's what it is. It's Ubuntu Software Center. It's really slow. I mean, see how long it took to do that, and I wasn't happy. I mean, you can get a GNOME calculator, GNOME clocks. There's just tons of stuff in here. I mean, you could spend all day going through this crap. You know, maybe you're into finances and you need this stuff. I do a lot of investing and stuff like that. I don't know if they have it here. I might not ever see it because Ubuntu Software Center is kind of slow. Entertainment. See how slow it is? It's just a pain. You know. Maybe Ubuntu can figure that out someday. But what's great is you can drag and drop stuff into this dock. Everything works fine. You know, this works pretty responsive. There's just oh yeah, here's a great thing. You can go to Nuke Map. If you like learning what a nuclear bomb would do in your own city, which you do. I don't live in LA. Let's go down here to San Diego. I guess I could set that. If you're into Nuke Map, you can pick what size. So you could go over here and go, this is the currently in the U.S. arsenal right there. It's 350 kilotons. Let's do San Diego. Oop. It helps if I spell it right. There it is. And then you go. And then you can detonate it. And it tells you what a 350 kiloton nuclear weapon would do in your hometown. Now, San Diego, I think, is the 8th largest city in the United States. So, yeah. This wouldn't be good. Anyway, I know it doesn't have anything to do with it Ubuntu, but I seen Nuke Map and thought, that's pretty cool. Everything works pretty good, though. It's, for what it is, it's probably the best Ubuntu that they've made in a long time. I would recommend it if you just want a computer to put on an old operating system or a new operating system on an old computer. It works fine. I wouldn't go any lower specs than this. I mean, you don't have to have that high video card, but you want at least 8 gigs of RAM and somewhere around that for a processor. But anyway, guys, hey, it's been great, and I'll see everybody on the next big one.